My mother spent her first couple weeks searching for work. People turned her way, too old, too weak. But she could read and write a little, and in time that became enough. A merchant who dealt in scrolls and receipts took her on to keep simple records. It wasn't much, but it was honest. And it kept a roof over our head, and it kept us from starving. Yet the goal of purchasing a goat and paying for the oracle in this expensive city was still far out of reach. Each day, my mother hopes for my father to respond to the letter she sent via a traveling merchant. But each day, she receives nothing. I see the disappointment and the fear begin to weigh her down. I help where I can. An inn next door needed someone to haul water, sweep the floors, scrub out the wine stains from the stone. It wasn't glamorous, but I kept my head down and did the work. And when the cold comes, I sustain myself on the rats in the cellar. On occasion, I'm able to help in the kitchen, and when the staff is otherwise occupied, I feed myself on the chicken blood, which is used to thicken the stew. But my biggest stroke of luck came when the musician didn't show up one night. The innkeep, a red-faced man with hands like firewood knots, was close to panic. The tables were starting to fill up, and people expected music. "I can sing," I said, surprising even myself. His eyes narrowed. "You got a voice, boy?" Yes, I think so." The next thing I knew, I was standing by the hearth. My hands trembled, and the first few notes come out soft, almost swallowed by the clatter of cups and talk. But I don't stop. I find the melody buried in my chest like coals, and I breathe life into them. My voice grows, not louder exactly, but fuller. It stretches into corners of the room that people hadn't even noticed were there. Slowly, one by one, heads begin to turn. There's no roaring applause when I finish, just a few nods, a couple of appreciative smiles, and a murmur of surprise. The innkeeper waves me over and says, "You'll sing here, on weekends. I'll double your pay on the days you sing." Again, it wasn't much, but it eased my mother's burden. Weeks passed, and now months. The handful of inns I now sing at begin to fill with new faces, travelers from Athens and islands that I've never even heard of, traders with long stories and dusty sandals. Some say I sing like a bird that the gods have kissed. Some say that Apollo has taken a liking to me, that my voice carries his fire and light. I don't correct them. I sing in whatever corner will have me. Inns smoky with lamp oil and thick with the smell of sweat and spiced meats. Sometimes I sing beside crates in courtyards or beside fire pits in back rooms where travelers gather to trade stories and forget their homes. And word spreads. Slowly, at first. Locals will mention me in passing, nod towards me in the streets, ask if I'd be singing that night. Then the strangers begin to arrive with coin in hand and questions on their lips like, "Is this where the boy sings?" Then, one evening, in a well-lit hall near the edge of the city, a man in deep green approaches me after my last song. He had the bearing of someone used to getting what he wants. "You should enter the Pythian Games," he says, like he's commenting on the weather. I laugh. "I'm serious," he says. "Delphi could use a voice like yours, especially now." "I have connections. Let me help." I stare at him, unsure whether to feel honored or afraid. Next to the Olympics, the Pythian Games is the biggest competition in the world. But unlike the Olympics, these games celebrate not only might, but music. I look again at him, his face still and sincere. And I feel something stir inside me, and I whisper, "Yes." I leave the inn, my heart pounding. I don't expect to win. I have to try. I race through the market, my heart and my spirits light, and just as I pass the olive press, I see her in the shade of a fig tree. My mother, clinging to a rope, and on the other end, a goat. She smiles. Not the tired smile that I had grown used to, but a real one. We have enough, she says. We can go. We can finally speak to the oracle. I blink. Now? She nods, her hand still on the goat's bristled back. She'll tell us what to do. How to fix you. I hadn't realized I was broken. Not officially. But I follow nonetheless. I watch her hand over the remainder of our money for the fee, and then watch again as the goat is led over to the altar of Apollo. The goat drags behind, as if it knows what awaits it. A goat that would not feed us, nor pull a cart, or ever give us milk. A goat that is to have its throat slit after us spending months of our labor upon it. I watch as it kicks and its blood drips down the altar. My belly rumbles. Irritated. Jealous. Angry. I don't say anything as we cleanse ourselves in the sacred spring. My mother is glowing the whole way up the hill as we climb. She keeps her hand on my arm, guiding me like I was a boy again. Hope makes her lighter with every step. The stairs twist up, carved right into the rock, ancient and uneven. My palms are sweating. I keep thinking about the silver coins. My mom's ink-stained fingers when she comes home late. The nights I sing until my throat aches. All of it. Traded away. And what if the oracle won't even see us or receive a vision? What if she reveals who I am? What I am to the rest of the city? What if we are forced to flee again? I am known here. Appreciated. Admired. I didn't ask or want any of this. All I wanted was to be normal. But now, I am becoming extraordinary. I should be allowed to enjoy this moment. Not for this to be taken from me. There has to be another way. We have survived this long without anyone knowing, without any more killing. There must be a way to continue this life, to move my father out here. If I win the games, I could take care of both of my parents and we could buy all the goats that we want. We reach the final landing. The oracle stands just outside the temple, at the top of the last set of winding steps, her priests buzzing about her. The inner sanctum of the temple awaits behind her, smoke curling from braziers, the scent of bay leaves and animal fat hanging in the air. My mother turns to me, her eyes full of hope and a smile stretching across her face. She's just about to say something. I never hear what it is. My hands move on their own. It isn't a shove. Not at first. Just a hand on her shoulder, like I'm steadying her. But then, I push. Firm. And final. She staggers back. One step. Another. And then she's gone. I hear the sound before I see it. Stone on skin. Something snapping. A scream cut short. When I look down, she's already still, her body bent in ways that it should not bend. Blood seeping from a small pool around her head, painting the stairs red. I cry. Of course I cry. Long, awful sobs that claw their way out of my throat. People gather around. Some rush to her, some hold me back, others just stare like they have seen something shameful as her blood continues to seep into the stones of this most sacred place. I can't breathe. I just look around, dazed. And through the haze of burning incense and fat, I catch a glimpse of the Oracle herself, her face half-shadowed beneath the layers of wool and gold. She looks straight at me, recognition flashing across her eyes. Dark. Familiar. Void. Taking everything in and giving nothing back.